Hey everyone, Dylan 13 here. Well, it's that time of week again. Time for my Raw recap. And this was a solid show. Not as boring as last week's. Although I initially said I liked it, upon rewatching it later on, it was pretty boring. This was probably just like a notch under last week's SmackDown, as is the normal case. SmackDown usually does what Raw can do, only better. This was also an interesting show because this is the go home show to Extreme Rules, which the one good and the one bad thing about the brand split is the whole 2 pay-per-views per month thing. It's almost exhausting, honestly. If I didn't like the product so much, I just say like, yeah, it just burns you out. It's just too much. So we didn't get that this week. Almost. There was one segment that I flat out muted my TV and just tuned out for the whole thing of it. Get to that in a second. Well, definitely wasn't the beginning, because we started with a Miz TV segment, and these always turn out to come out with a really good way to start the show or start a match. And the match we got was the segment itself was Miz interviewing Sheamus and Cesaro about their match this weekend against the Hardy Boys, saying, so wouldn't it be cool, like basically saying, okay, so it would be awesome if by the end of Extreme Rules, the three of us, the three hardest working, best looking guys on the Raw roster end up champions. And something to that effect, basically. Like, because again, he's going out to the IC, which it's pretty obvious what's gonna happen. Maurice is gonna get Miz disqualified, or slap Miz so Dean can can get disqualified so he can win the belts. And then Sheamus and Cesaro doing their cage match. I still don't understand why it's a cage match, but except I'm in the bargaining stage thinking it might be a good match. So they go on for about 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden Dean comes out. And he goes, something told me this was a bad idea. I came out anyway. I wanted to see, or someone had to come out and shut you three dumbasses out, or dingus. I think he said dingus, or something like that. Like it was pretty funny. And Miz points out, wow, you must be crazy and stupid if you think you can take all 3 of us. And he's like, alright, call me crazy if you want, but do not call me stupid. I did not come alone. Hardy Boys theme hits, and we get the match that I was actually kind of hoping we would get eventually. Dean Ambrose teamed up with the Hardy Boys. Now, I think I said this in one of my previous videos, but one of my fantasy booking things I would love to see is Dean versus Jeff Hardy in an IC title match, because that would be fun. That would be amazing. Basically like a passing of the torch. We couldn't get Mick Foley and Dean Ambrose, so we couldn't get the hardcore side of it. We could probably get the extreme side of it. Like that'd be a match that it'd be a very fun thing to see. So Matt and Jeff and Dean versus Sheamus, Cesaro, and Miz. And this was a pretty fun match. The ending was about as what you would expect from a Raw match. Everyone got their finisher on somebody, and then Swanton, Hardy's and Dean win, They do that. They do the Hardys do their belt kiss with Dean. So it's the three way, like basically the fist pump with their belts. That was really fun. All three standing tall, and then randomly, Corey Graves just walks out, and the way the way he does it, like I was actually like, hey, what's going on with Corey? Corey, you okay, man? And then they try to make it an angle, ironically with Kurt Angle, saying that when they cut back from commercial, they have Kurt reading Corey's phone saying that there might, like, I guess it was an email someone sent to Corey about compromising information about Kurt. I don't know why they are trying to do this. Maybe, I'm guessing, if there's anyone that would be logical for them to do it, it'd be Stephanie, because Stephanie didn't hire Kurt Angle. Her dad did. And I don't think that that Kurt was her first choice to take over the GM position. Honestly, like, it makes sense for the guy. It said, I have compromising information about you. And even Kurt said, like, if this gets out, it could possibly ruin me of whatever it is. So find out what it is to Corey. So I'm thinking the only one that would make sense for this to be would either be Steph or Triple H. Try to get Triple H into power, basically kind of what Stephanie would want. Now, you know that's not going to happen, but you never know. Unless it's a call is coming from the inside the house saying Corey's trying to make a name for himself. I don't know. Something's going to happen. We'll find out later, I guess. But we did get the Drifter afterwards versus local competitor. As always with the squash matches to make the guy look good, this was a basic match. And honestly, nothing to write home about, save for another hilariously bad song by the Drifter. Like, I absolutely love the fact that he does this. Like, Elias can do some funny ass shit. And the funny thing is that the crowd, the ones that are booing, are more than likely the casual fans that didn't watch him in NXT and know that this is his shtick. This is the shit he did all through NXT, and it was beautiful then, it's beautiful now. He's another one I want to see the IC title belt on. I want the belt to be more the guys you don't expect it to be. Hell, let The Miz win this weekend. Let him win this weekend because it was DQ. You know Maurice is going to get involved. But let Elias Sampson attack him afterwards. Seal the belt, and that be the angle. That'd be fun. So, after this, we had the first of two 205 Live matches. However, this one actually was pretty damn good because it had Sasha Banks involved, it was Rich Swann versus Noam Dar, and yeah, I like both of these guys. Alicia Fox and Sasha Banks were involved. They were on ringside of their respected corners, I guess. Like, I think she's partnering with Rich because she wants Noam Dar out of the picture, I guess. Afterwards, again, we had Enzo knocked out by either a returning Revival even though one of them still has their mouth wired shut. I can't remember who it is at the moment. I'm drawing a blank, but yeah, like it's either going to be the Revival or it is Big Cass, because the fact that Enzo can't remember what's or who did it, is kind of telling. Like this might be the way they turn Cass heel, which I could see. And after the last 2 weeks, like they're making Enzo look so weak. I don't like this. I don't really like this, honestly. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you're making one of your guys look like he's a glass-jawed idiot, which you shouldn't do, especially for Enzo, who is one of the best guys on the mic right now. Like, if you want to just turn him into a manager, turn him into a fucking manager. You want him to stop wrestling? Just do that. That's an easier way. Have him become a Paul Heyman-esque manager for Big Cass, who starts going after the IC title, the Universal title. They get moved to SmackDown, the World or the US title. Have them do that. It's what we want anyway. It's obviously what Vince wants, because Vince likes Big Cass. He's actually gone on record and said he likes Cass. So give them what they want and have Enzo be his mic guy. So we had the first match of two of the main events that were advertised, which is kind of stupid that they put this so late in the show, honestly, because this match was fantastic. Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe versus Bray Wyatt. And Finn and Joe put on a clinic as they usually do. Bray was no slouch either. This was a great match. It was really entertaining. The finish was actually really clever on Joe's part, because Finn hits the coup de grace on Bray. Bray's out. Joe throws Finn out of the ring, picks up the win, and actually boasted, "Yeah, remember, I'm undefeated. I am undefeated in any of the matches we've done with these guys." So I'm like, technically that is true, yes. Here's the segment that I said that I muted the TV for, because this did not work for me. We have Alexa Bliss coming out doing a "This Is Your Life" to Bayley. Now, like I said, this just did not work. This was such a stupid promo, because Alexa brings out like, "Oh look, like ribbons, or hair ties. Look, her yearbook. Most likely to apologize. Oh look. And look who I brought out. Bayley's 4th grade teacher." I'm sorry for that poor woman, if that even is her 4th grade teacher, or that was just random actress or local actress that they paid to say she was. Basically, they deliberately made, like, I think the angle they were trying to play here was Alexa was saying all this, like, bringing out all this dirty laundry against Bayley, all the stuff that says she can't go extreme, just to piss her off, so she wants to go extreme. Because I honestly cannot decipher what the fuck this was about. This is possibly the best match we have on the card, other than the Fatal 5-Way, because the belt's not getting defended. This is the most important belt we have on the card right now. The IC title belt, it's not gonna be it's the stipulation is pretty much a cards on the table thing. Brace is gonna come slap Miz and get the DQ for Dean. Everyone can see this. It is so obvious. The tag team, as much as I like Sheamus and Cesaro, and as much as I like the Hardys, that belt is not going to be as prestigious that night as the women's title. And the women's title, we have two girls who are fantastic in the ring. So why the hell did we not see either of them in action other than, oh look, Bayley's going to attack Alexa Bliss. Oh look, Alexa had a kendo stick under the table. That was about it. If we had seen them in a tag match with, like, say, Mickie James and Bayley versus Alexa Bliss and maybe Nia Jax, maybe Emma, like just somebody, this would have been interesting. But like I said, it was not it. It was a boring segment. Other than the very end, like I said, with Alexa hitting Bayley in the back again with another kendo stick. That was the only thing that stuck out. So, and I'm actually like this, so I can stop trying things in order. I'm actually looking at the YouTube, the way they put stuff out on the YouTube page for the WWE, and I want to read this verbatim. Alexa Bliss takes Bayley on a painful trip down memory lane. Painful, my ass. That was boring as. Like, it's just showing Bayley everything she's done. It's just like when Charlotte read the letter that Bayley wrote as a 12-year-old to the audience. What's that supposed to prove? Why do this at all? If you're going to promo your girls, make them the top stars, yes, do that. That is fantastic. But don't make it seem like Bayley doesn't belong there when she is I think a two-time or Divas or a two-time NXT champion and I think a two-time WWE champion or about to be a WWE champion. Why do this? Why? Oh, you know what? This is going too long already, and I got to talk about the last 3 matches because they were actually really good matches. Well, two of them were. One of them was Kalisto versus Titus O'Neil, which, you know what? Give Titus a win every now and then. That's fine. This was a squash. And I'm not okay with that as much as I should be. Because Kalisto is such a good wrestler. He should be on 205 Live. I'm surprised he's not. Because Austin Aries versus Kalisto for the Cruiserweight Championship would be beautiful. Which it's kind of obvious that Austin's going to win the belts. Sorry, Neville, it just is. But Titus won to show Apollo Crews how a winner does it. Good job. Second to last match on the card was, like I said, Austin Aries and Jack Gallagher. Good. Versus Neville and TJP. Good. Both of these all 4 of these guys are the main event of your cruiserweight division. They deserve to be on Raw, actually defend or trying to get the belt on Raw. Because it'd be amazing. It'd actually be pretty cool, I think, to see Austin Aries versus, say, like I know he's gonna win. So say the Miz, Austin Aries versus the Miz for the IC title. That would actually be a really interesting matchup. Or, or Jack Gallagher versus Dean Ambrose for the, or just because TJ Perkins versus Seth Rollins. Like, Neville, put him back on the main stuff, on the main roster. Have him face Miz again, or have the tag team of Austin Aries and Jack Gallagher face the Hardy Boys. That'd be a high flying clinic. That all four of these guys deserve so much better. In fact, I'll say that about the Cruiserweight. They deserve so much better than what they're getting right now. So do it. Why not? You have the pieces there. We need, the show is getting stale because we don't have that much talent getting a push as much as they need to. Do it. Give us something different. That's all I'm asking. I'm sure it's not out of the realm of possibility that we might get that. God, I am ranty today. I don't know what's not wrong with me, honestly. But that was the second to last match, and we had another Goldust promo saying that he was bringing things back to the way it was and when he first came over. I like this. And another thing I like about it didn't happen in the show itself. It happened outside. Because this proves that no matter what your take on WWE is, whether you like it, you hate it, there is one thing that every person who has ever had a sibling knows. If someone talks shit on your sibling, they're talking shit on you, so you gotta accept the consequences. And some dumbass on Twitter tagged Goldust and said, I don't know what Goldust is talking about, bringing him to the golden age. I thought he was a jobber. And Cody Rhodes, the beautiful man he is, the man who gives absolutely no fucks anymore about his PR or about being reprimanded by the WWE because of it, defends his brother and says, well, let's see, he's a 3-time Intercontinental Champion, a 3-time World Tag Team Champion, a future Hall of Famer. So why don't you kiss my ass and apologize to him while you're at it? Ooh, I absolutely love it when you're a family. I'm sure anyone who knows this or who has or is good with theirs knows this. With someone like I said, when you get roasted by someone, better accept the consequences because they're not gonna be in your favor. Anyway, just like they did this Goldust segment to do it, I'm kind of drawing my time for the final match, which was Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns for the final of the two main events. This reminds me that when carried and with a guy that knows what he's doing, Roman Reigns can put a freaking great match. Because this was a great match. And that's honestly all I want from him. I just want him. I don't they did a backstage interview with him, and he actually said, I don't care who it is. I don't care if they're my best friend, they're my worst enemy. You put me in the ring with anybody, I want to win. And I'm like, Roman, where was this Roman Reigns 3 months ago when we were trying to get, or when he was trying to win, I guess now, yeah, I guess 3 months ago when he was trying to win the stuff at eliminate or when he was trying to win the big belts. Like, where was this Roman? The Roman that just doesn't like talking that much, but just wants to beat the shit out of people. This is the Roman I like. And he did what he needed to do. Like, Seth got his high flying offense in, did everything right in my eyes. Then Roman hit a spear. 1, 2, 3, Roman won. I'm kind of seeing the writing on the wall. I'll do my prediction video later. Just like I said, I have to make sure I have all the matches set straight before I do my prediction video. But Roman now has a decent shot in my eye, and I'm actually okay with it, or for the first time in a while. If they do this right, it could be special. And if it saves us from having this match so far down the line at WrestleMania, I'll be okay with it. Because Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar is going to happen. It's going to be for the belts. We're all going to bitch and moan about it. But at the end of the day, if it has to happen, have it as soon as possible. Get us away from that match. As soon as they do that, everything will work out. So those were my thoughts and subsequent rants about Raw today. God damn, this video is already 27 minutes long. I'm sorry about this, guys. I really am. Sometimes, you get me going on something. Like I said, that segment in particular just pissed me off. This what brought the show down from from good to okay. This wasn't a bad show. This wasn't a good show. But it wasn't as bad as it wasn't a boring show like it was last week. Until next time, which, like I said, will probably be tomorrow, 13. Later.